Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your weekly Bitcoin analysis for the week of Monday, March 30th, 2026. This is the same bar chart throughout. We zoom in a little bit here and there, but for the most part, it is broad brushstroke analysis. I can backtrack just a bit. I'll just go back to this high area, A minus B plus A, nothing more than the 21 high, subtracted from it the 22 low, and then added back to the 21 high, the full swing, I call it. It is a balance the market has attained when it reaches it, and oftentimes an exhaustion point, as was the case here back in, our first test was in July of 25, and then we collapsed back to close below. It was really this weekly settlement below the channel, the former channel top at 87.7075, that was a significant sell signal. And more importantly than 87.775 was the settlement below this 3-year channel bottom that is now at 90,470. So it was the settlement below this channel that then indicated what is still yet to be tested, a 9-year channel bottom at 60,041. And I consider this channel bottom, which stretches across these highs, really the primary highs over the last 10 years, roughly, that is a structure that can contain selling on not only an annual basis, but we might even round out from here through the rest of the decade. I consider Bitcoin to be still a viable, speculative entity, if you will, holding above 60,041. But if we were to close not only below 60,041, but also I give it a little wiggle room with this long-term rising 2/3 speed line projected off that November 22 low. If we close below also 58,657 this week, and I don't see that. I think we could test this area this week, but if we did close below 58,657, I see a continued price deterioration of Bitcoin, and I think the potential then is in the mid to upper 10,000 region. 15,000 and 19,000 I think is realistic following a settlement below 58,657, and this could take the better part of a year as you continue to decline in price. Your average daily range typically reduces, so it becomes a longer slog to reach this lower area. But until then, this is a zone that if you're interested in buying Bitcoin on weakness, this can be done here in the upper 50, low 60,000 region. From here, we can round up by the end of the year within 3 to 5 months to this rising channel bottom at 90,470, and possibly all the way back into that 122 region I started the video with over the following full year of activity. Let's take a look at the near term. 74,412 is the low that was put out back in April of 25, and you have this high that lasted for the better part of a year, well, maybe 6 or 8 months, at 73,791. And so it is this 74,000 area roughly where we can continue to top out on a weekly, even monthly basis, and below which still anticipating 60,041. It's this wedge we've been in now for the better part of 2 months, and it is you can trade both sides. You can sell the market at 74,000 handle. If you can play the short side by whatever means, you could do so, anticipating then 60,000 and vice versa. Near term 3 to 5 week swing traders can buy 60,041, anticipating 74,000, and then be done with it. But we have yet to test this long-term channel bottom. I don't know if we will or won't. I think we probably will here over the next few weeks. And once again, once we test it, we can round up into the low 90,000 area and climbing over time over the following roughly 3 to 5 months. If we were to close this week above 74,412, I don't expect to see 60,041, but rather within a couple of months, this 90,470 formation where we could top out actually on a quarterly basis, possibly into later year. I'm going to leave it at that for this week's Bitcoin analysis. You have a great week.